Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's former right hand man and fixer, has a message for America.
For more than a decade, I was President Trump's right-hand man, fixer, and confidant. I was complicit in helping conceal the real Donald Trump. I was part of creating an illusion. Later this week, he's going to stand up and blatantly lie to you. I'm here to tell you he can't be trusted, and you shouldn't believe a word he utters. So when you watch the president this week, remember this. If he says something is huge, it's probably small. If he says something will work, it probably won't. And if he says he cares about you and your family, he certainly does not. He's going to tell you that if you re-elect him, the economy will bounce back, that only he can get us out of this economic crisis.
I alone can fix it.
Maybe for those like him. But if you think he cares about working class Americans, you're dead wrong. The president is going to talk to you about law and order. That's laughable. Virtually everyone who worked for his campaign has been convicted of a crime or is under indictment, myself included. So when the president gets in front of the cameras this week, remember that he thinks we're all gullible, a bunch of fools. I was a part of it, and I fell for it. You don't have to like me, but please listen to me.
All right, so there's a lot about that, right? So let's kind of break it down. So first off, I love the dig at Donald Trump. Look, it was obviously an anti-Trump ad. It's just going to be full of them. But I just love the part where he said, well, if the president says something is big, it's actually pretty small. You could hear him chuckle a little bit on that one. So that was pretty good. So otherwise, powerful ad, actually. And so now here's the thing about Michael Cohen, right? Michael Cohen's a snake. I've said Michael Cohen's a snake for a long time. I know. Don't use animal references, that disparage animals for a human, that whole thing. Animals are innocent, right? But in this case, no, he's a bad person. That said, everything he said is true. It's true. Yes, he knew the guy, he worked for the guy, he lied for the guy, and went to prison for the guy. And so, yeah, if you end up going to prison for Donald Trump, you're going to be pretty unhappy about it. And so I understand that, right? And so now the thing about this is exactly the kind of guy that Donald Trump attracts. I mean, the type of environment he fosters. I mean, look at Michael Cohen, Roger Stone, Paul Manafort, Rick Gates. It's not an accident that these people happen to have been arrested in Donald Trump's orbit. It's because criminality runs in that circle. That's who they are. And it runs in, and it also, look, the fish rots from the head down, basically. And so the thing about Trump is that even though he's pretty terrible at everything he does, he still gets people around him. He's got something that I don't have, right? An engaging personality, and this streak of narcissism that attracts people to him. Very charismatic person, very entertaining, kind of like a clown, but some people really like the clown because not only is he entertaining, but again, there's got a certain charm to him, right? And so that's what gets people to be on his side. That's what gets people to do crimes on his behalf. And so that's what happens. And so the entire White House, you have to understand too, that the entire White House is shaped exactly like the Trump organization, filled with family members, sycophants, criminals, and people who want to get rich. And of course, there are people with obviously a combination of those factors, criminals who want to get rich, et cetera, et cetera. And so, as I said before, Donald Trump, he's a narcissist. They have an uncanny ability to suck people in. They have an effect on them. And so, is it a stretch to see that would happen? No, not at all. That said, is Michael Cohen a good person? No. No, he's not a good person. He never was a good person, which made him predisposed to working for Donald Trump. That said, that's why you should probably take his words, pretty seriously here, because he is that type of person. And now, for the first time in his life, he's actually telling the truth. I know, right? And so I really hope that, people understand and get that message that Donald Trump is a criminal. Donald Trump is exactly that kind of person to foster this kind of corruption. And I'm not saying that Joe Biden is a great choice either, right? Joe Biden's got a lot of problems. I pointed that out before. But at the same time, I think if Donald Trump gets another 4 years, it's going to kind of make what we've been through already look kind of tame. I mean, think about it. The grift is going to get turned up to 11, right? If he wins again, as well as the criminality, because not only would he be above the law, but then he could claim mandate. Well, hey, I got to mandate. The American people had a choice. They chose me again because we had another 2016 type election. And now I'm 100% above the law. Again, imagine now if everything he's done and tried to do is validated in November with another win. It's not going to do. It's not going to go very well. And so I'm really concerned about this. And so I think for the first time, I've ever, said this, but maybe we should actually listen to Michael Cohen and not reelect Donald Trump.